Hi, everyone. It's Lori at Crystal Earth Magic. I want to talk a little bit today about more of this space weather and more of the energy coming into the planet that is catalyzing all sorts of things to come up in all of us, to be healed, to be released, to be looked at. Okay. So first of all, we've been talking about the space weather. We had all of the coronal mass ejections come in. We have the Schumann resonance going crazy, which is basically the heartbeat of Mother Earth. All of the solar winds coming in from that massive solar hole that is now facing away from Earth, but the winds are still hitting us. Anyway, all of this stuff is catalyzing deep, deep, deep in our subatomic structure, in our cellular structure, in our DNA, and it's catalyzing all sorts of changes, even if we don't know what's going on. Okay. So what's happening is our stuff is coming up. All of the unhealed things, all of the things that we think that we've healed, all of the things that we thought we were done with. And what it's bringing up are judgments. Okay. When we judge something, it's because we have something unhealed about us. We're judging something that truly is something that we have a question about within ourselves. Okay. And it is often where we are programmed. You know, we've talked a lot about programs. How could we not be programmed in a world where we've been programmed since birth? We've been programmed for many lifetimes. We are moving out of those programs and into our sovereign being power, our authenticity, but we still have to work out these programs, not just for ourselves, but for the collective. As we work it out for ourselves, we teach the collective how to do it. Again, we've talked about this in many videos, how when we figure something out, we put it into the earth grids, and then it's easier for other people to access. The 100th monkey. If you don't know what that is, look it up. 100th monkey kind of syndrome. Anyway, we are all being triggered, and our programs are being challenged. And when our programs are challenged, we usually go into judgment or fear or get angry or anxiety, those kinds of things. So I want to focus on when our programs are challenged and we go into judgment. Okay. Judgment is a very low vibe. Okay. And it's usually covering up our fear. We want to prove that we're right. We want to prove, you know, we feel we have to prove it because we don't know it in our heart. We believe it in our head, but we don't know it in our heart. And so we have to fight to keep that belief alive. And what is a belief? A lie we tell ourselves, or it's just something we tell ourselves over and over. It's not something that we know as an absolute fact. And so our programs, when they are triggered, and in this energy, everything is being triggered, everything is being torn down, everything is being laid bare bones, exposed for all the world to see. And so where we still have programs, we're getting triggered, and we often go into judgment. You know, we judge other people. They're bad. You know, I'm good. They're wrong. I'm right. All of these things. And we're going back into that duality. Again, we are in a world of duality. There will always be duality, but the pendulum doesn't have to swing so far to either side. So think about these programs as they are challenged and what comes up in you. Where are you feeling it in your body? What kind of emotion is coming up? Are you feeling fear? Are you feeling anxiety? Are you feeling anger? Are you feeling something else? You know, again, this time and all of this energy is making us go inside. If we want to feel well, we have to go inside and see what our body is trying to tell us. See what is being catalyzed that still needs healing, that still needs clearing, that still needs releasing, you know, and what judgments are you going into? You know, and it may even be a judgment of self, because usually we're the first to judge ourselves, right? We are our own worst critic. So going into that judgment of ourselves or others is just showing where we still have healing to do. You know, if we want to judge something, it means, okay, from outside view, it looks like we're sitting on our little pedestal and saying, I deem you good, I deem you bad, I deem this right, I deem this wrong. But in essence, it's because we don't truly know in our hearts whatever we're judging. Okay. We're maybe judging the way somebody lives their life. That's the way somebody looks, the way that they earn their money, the way that they act in public, the way that they treat other people. All of that stuff is a judgment, you know. Certainly we want the world to be compassionate and good, and we want to bring love and well-being and abundance to everyone. It's going to be a little process, but when we add our judgment to the mix, I just want you to sit and look, notice when you're judging, because we all still do it. It all still comes up. There's nothing wrong with you if you do, but we are trying to be conscious creators and look at when that stuff comes up and we start to judge somebody. Oh, that person's an idiot. Oh, that person's no good. Whatever. Or, oh, I'm not worthy because I did this. Or, oh, I got triggered, so I must not be evolving. No, it means you are evolving, you know, and especially if you are consciously looking at when these things come up. You know, we're trying to deprogram. We've talked about this in many other videos, but it's so important that it bears repeating again and again and again. When your programs are challenged and laid bare, you may go into judgment. Okay. And when you're doing that, please stop as soon as you can. Please go into meditation. Please get into your center, talk to your team, your higher self, your inner being, your source, whatever it is you work with, and start to ask questions. Why? Where am I holding these programs? Where am I holding this fear? Where am I holding this emotion? Where am I still unhealed? You know, and don't go into the self-judgment of there's something wrong with you, because again, you are healing. You know, you're not just healing for you, you're healing for the collective. Just remember that. This is such a brave thing that all of us are doing, this healing, this ancestral healing, this personal healing, this collective healing. It is so, so important and so brave. So, you know, it's not easy to walk through life being awake with most of the population still not getting it. Okay. But we have that opportunity to put that into the grids, to show the collective how it's done. You know, a lot of us have gone through our dark night of the soul. Many are going through it now. The planet as a whole is going through a dark night of the soul right now, as more and more people wake up to stuff that maybe we've known for decades, or maybe some of you just for a little bit. It doesn't matter. The point is, we got there. We came into this life in order to shift everything in just the way that it's happening. You know, when we looked down before we incarnated, we said, oh, I know we can do it. I know we can do it. Yeah. And when you're on the other side, the pain and the suffering that you feel here is just the blink of an eye. And so we think, oh, it'll be great. It'll be a cakewalk. You know, even if we've been here hundreds and thousands of times, we still, from the spirit side, look at it as the blink of an eye. But now here we are, and we're actually moving through it. We are moving through some really, really, really dense stuff. It's all coming up from thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We've talked about too that many of us are doing ancestral healing or collective healing. We are the forerunners doing this stuff, showing how it's done, putting it into the grids. It's, you remember those little dance charts where they had the feet with the numbers? It's like that. We are making a map of where the feet, 1, 2, cha, 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 right? That's exactly what we are doing. So don't think there's anything wrong with you, but do be conscious when you go into judgment, when you go into your programs being challenged. Sit and go into your inner being, go into meditation and figure out what it is. What do you still need to release and heal? And let yourself be healed. Call your team. Do what you need to do to find that peace, that center. Y'all know how to meditate, how to do healing on yourself, how to work with crystals, how to get out in nature. There's so many different ways to let that happen, or to allow that to happen, or to ensure that it happens. But just make sure that you do it instead of continuing to beat yourself up, instead of continuing to judge other people. You know, you can be aware of something being out of resonance with what you would choose, but the judgment doesn't help anything. It just perpetuates that duality, that extreme duality between I'm right, you're wrong, I'm good, you're bad. You know, again. So just a little reminder, because I see it happening so much out in the collective. I know you do too. You know, with every day of the Kabuki theater, more and more judgments come up. understand that even the dark is playing a role, that we would not have awakened, only Source could see this, right? That even this darkness upon our planet that has been here for thousands of years has played a role in helping to awaken us. Okay, because it had to be earned. We couldn't just be given this golden status as the golden children of the universe. We had to earn it. And this is the Hard Knocks school of soul evolution down here. So we are all the best of the best of the best, the greatest angels to ever walk this earth. And yes, we are all worthy to be here, but again, we are working it for the collective. Everything's not going to be peaches and cream. We are through a planetary liberation, a war for our very souls, a war of good and evil. Yes, we are assured the win, but we still have to move through the density of this third density in order to make it happen in this reality, even though in the higher realms that has already manifested. So anyway, stay out of judgment, but if you do go into judgment, sit with yourself and figure out what it is that is being catalyzed to be released and healed. There's nothing wrong with you. You are so dearly loved. You are so brave to be here. And I am just honored to be on this earth walk with all of you. So this is Lori with Crystal Earth Magic. Hopefully that was helpful. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for listening.